for a little bit whenever he get around to it. I like to be early. It's supposed to start at 8, but I like to be early. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. So I like to be a little early. Omar, what up, man? You did a good job yesterday. So soon as uh soon as Amari get around to it, man, you gonna get it going. I think I'm gonna take this opportunity again to reiterate why I do these interviews on IG Live. First of all, it's because it's the easiest for the athletes that I cover, the high school athletes. Like, they don't have to get in front of a computer with a camera and a whole setup, lighting and all that. They could just use their phones. So it just makes it a lot more convenient, I believe, for them. So that's number one why I chose IG Live. But the philosophical reason why is because I feel like, certain media members or the media period, I don't consider myself a part of the media, but, when it comes around this time, they only talk to high school athletes just to figure out, what school they're going to, or like, it's nothing about them. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's nothing about them. It's only about recruiting status and stuff like that. So my point for doing these interviews is to, try to learn about them as players, their processes, and then try to learn about them as people. You know, what they like, what they don't like, things like that. Just basic, human stuff. If you was trying to, form a relationship. Oh, here you go, right here. Oh, did he get in?
Yo, yo, yo.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, man. Just I've been preparing for this interview all day,
Yes,
and then
sir.
relook, relooking, rewinding some of that tape from yesterday.
Yeah.
Prospect. So we gonna that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with your performance from yesterday, man. How do
Right.
you feel?
Um, I'm feeling good. I'm just glad yesterday we got to compete, you know. Nothing is more better than competing against other good players, so gotta go compete and show I got skill.
Did you prep for that camp? Like, did you do some extensive training before that camp?
Yeah, I had a little training session before the camp on Saturday. So yeah, prep
Okay.
before the camp.
How did you feel about getting like so many oohs and ahs like on so many of your routes and so many of your reps, man? Like, obviously you was one of the stand performers of the camp, and they saw that too. You got them, I believe, for
Right.
a wide receiver. So how did that feel?
Um, it's kind of like not really that I get used to it, but like it happens a lot, especially like being a good route runner. Like a
Right,
lot
right.
of a lot of those type of moments happen when you running your route. So like it's kind of used to it at this point. But yeah,
Yeah, man. You mentioned that you got a chance to compete, specifically your rep against Hassan Moore from Prep.
right.
You do it a little bit. What was that like going at it with him?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, man. But like, hey, he wanted to compete, and shoot, I'm not gonna back down. So we just
Yeah,
had like a good little competitive moment, and shoot, shout out to him. He's a good player.
yeah. He is a good player. He was one of my standout cornerbacks
Right.
at when I was reflecting, because one of these parents was like, they not letting all the kids go, and I'm sitting there like, listen, man,
You
this
gotta be aggressive.
you gotta take your own development, your own reps. You gotta take them in your hands, bro.
Right.
I saw like a handful of kids just constantly, going up rep after rep, and I'm just like, if
Yeah.
you're not gonna jump in there, obviously somebody else is, man.
Yeah.
And if your son not gonna jump in there,
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know. I'm
eat.
not gonna feel sorry for him.
Right.
So so we want to get into the nitty gritty of this interview. Like I said, I don't know if you caught any of my soliloquy, but I say I like to do these interviews with some of my favorite prospects just to like understand, who they are as players. Because like I said, I feel like when you're a part of the media, people only talk to athletes such as yourself to figure out like where you going to school, your recruiting
Right.
staff, stuff like that. They don't
Yeah.
actually take time to sit down with you and say, hey, like, what's your process as a player? Like, who do you study? What are you doing before games? Like stuff like that that actually
Right.
matters. You know what I mean? So that is the purpose of this interview today. So we're gonna start from the beginning. So I wanted to know, where did you get your start playing football?
Um, shoot. I want to say probably like just back in AYF with my guys. You know,
Hmm.
especially like I'm from Long Branch, so all my friends out here in Long Branch, everybody was playing football like that was the go-to sport. And I wasn't even playing at the time at first, but shoot, I wanted to be doing whatever my friends were doing, so I ended up playing football with them and ended up falling in love with the sport and taking it serious, and then started going to get extra training for it.
Nice. So, what is there any other sports or activities that you did prior to playing football or while you were playing football?
Track, definitely track, because it goes hand in hand with football. You know, speed. That's also one of like my key little advantages against others because I got a little bit more speed than the opponent does.
Absolutely. What other positions did you play besides wide receiver in your younger?
Um, I played a little bit of corner. You know, I played both ways for the team, but not too much. A little mainly wide receiver though. But yeah, I definitely played corner with my team back in AYF.
Okay. So you did that, and then so now we come to this point. You're in high school now, so now you're starting to learn the technicalities of the game. You're starting to learn the technicalities of the position.
Right.
And I have written many. Matter of fact, what's funny is the day before we met at the camp, I was writing an article about you, and I was writing a route running article, and
Yeah.
it was more detailed. It was more about like the nuances and stuff. But you was right at the top, and I didn't know you was gonna be at the Roman camp. I looked for your name, but I didn't see you as one of the camp
Listed
attendees.
players. Right. Right.
I didn't see you, but I was excited to see you because I'm like, oh man, it's like a treat, watching you play. Like I'm not trying to be no fanboy, but I'm just like I really love the game, and I really love to see people do it at a high level. And if
Yeah, I
you
appreciate it.
somebody. I don't care if you're in high school, college, or NFL. If you respect somebody, you should tell that person like, "Hey, I respect what you do." You know what I mean?
Right, most
So that brings
definitely.
to my next question. Like, who are some of the people that have helped you hone your craft in terms of a wide receiver? Uh, ah, who have helped you hone your craft as a wide receiver? Who are some people that helped you?
Um, Definitely to get me started off, I want to say it's this guy. Big shout out to Miles Schuler from
Mm-hmm.
Long Branch, like a Long Branch goat. You know, he was one of those players that he was big in track and football in Long Branch and ended up going to the league for a little bit and playing with the Panthers. And so he just took me under his wing and just showing me the steps and everything I needed to do to be a better receiver. And then once he started going away, because he started taking it a little bit more serious, I started ended up working out with a company named Sideline Hustle, where they
Mm-hmm.
were training a whole bunch of kids up north and down in the south, everywhere. And all the best players were going over there. So I was just glad that I had those two people by my side to help me get my routes down pack and everything that I needed to give me the little details to be at the level that I'm performing at now.
Right. So, speaking of that, I want you to answer an honest question. Who do you feel is the best wide receiver in the state?
Um, you funny. Shoot, I'm gonna say me, but that's my opinion, for
Yeah, and
sure.
listen, man, if you would have said anything else, I would have had to cut this interview off, bro. If you
Nah,
would,
word.
if you
Nah, I
would have,
definitely feel like it's me, but shoot, everybody got their own opinion. I know what I can do, and shoot, I'll prove it on the field.
yeah. And you know what's funny? Yesterday, like I said, I'm glad we got the chance to meet yesterday, and you was at that camp. You had
Right.
walked past. It was like, scouts be sleeping on me. But I looked at how many offers you got, and those not no slouch offers. Like you got some pretty, high
Yeah.
level offers. Like what did you mean by that comment? Like, do you feel like you're under recruited despite the offers you already have?
Yeah, I feel like I am a bit under recruited, especially because like I am like a 5'10" receiver. I'm not really like what they look for, the 6'1", 6'2". So when they look at my scout report, like they take a little like they look at me, but like not as much as the average player because I am undersized. So I respect it, but I feel like my game can show them that shoot, I'm the type of player that they need on their team.
Absolutely, I would agree. I mean, out of all the wide receivers that I've watched from the 23 class, because I'm doing work on the 25 class too, from all three of those classes, like you have the best suddenness probably of any wide receiver that I've watched.
Yeah,
And there's not, that's the one trait that they say is separates good from great wide receivers, that suddenness, like the ability to
right.
throttle down, stop on a dime. So like where does that come from? Like what have you done in your past that you've honed that skill so much that it's like at that level?
Shoot. especially with my guy sideline hustle. I mean, every bit of drills that we do, like mainly like the main thing that we work on whenever we're working out with them, it's like everything is breakdown, how to get out your breaks and like maybe everybody's getting out in their breaks in 4 sets, but we want to try and get out in three. Like you want to get out as fast as possible so that you make it harder for the DB to get back. And let's say you're coming back to the ball, like you make it harder for them. If you come down a perfect angle and you get down 3 steps, everything is quick and smooth. So it just makes it better in your game, make your book even nice.
Absolutely. It's funny that you bring the 3 steps thing up because I was watching this wide receiver coach. Like I was telling Zion in our interview, I study wide receivers religiously, and he
Yeah,
was saying like some wide receivers can get out of a break in 2 steps. Are you one? Do you think you can get out in 2 steps, or you think that's unrealistic?
shoot. I think it's a bit. I mean, if you're getting on 2 steps, something is missing, in my opinion. You either not coming back down on like a perfect angle or something. But if you get on 2 steps, hey,
Right.
shoot,
Have you ever seen
kudos
anybody
to
get
you.
out 2 steps? They said Chad Johnson was the only one who like they've seen with their own eyes get out in 2 steps.
Nah, yeah, he might have been the only one because I ain't seen nobody other than that do it.
Right,
Shoot,
right. So with that, who are some guys you watch to get better and to add stuff to their game from their games to your game?
definitely. Everybody knows Devontae Adams, man. He's a dog. Like his release game is just it's
Stu-
crazy. Like he just shows you that it doesn't take speed to be good at the game. Like he'll beat you just off a release, and just like that, you're lost. So like the way, and he's patient too. Like he's not even trying to rush it. Like he's taking time because shoot, you put a good amount of time to that release, it can really throw the DB off and get you even more open than you more expect. To be honest,
So you got Devontae Adams. Anybody else like big?
definitely, I would say Tyreek Hill, and I like my boy Jerry Judy always route
Oh,
runner,
don't even get me started on Jerry.
dog.
Yo, when I saw he got Russell Wilson, man, I was so hyped, bro. Because
Yeah, man, he needed somebody to throw him that rock, man. He about to go crazy this year.
it's about time, bro. But now see with him though, because I studied what Jerry Judy a lot when he was coming out.
Right.
His first year, second year, like he got to catch the ball. Like
Yeah,
I know we can talk about like he needed quarterback and all that, but he got to catch the rock. So I know when you're a great wide receiver, drops are a part of the game. I've learned that
right.
a whole time
You just
evaluating
want
play.
to limit him.
They gonna drop the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You gonna it's gonna happen. But 10 drops in the season, that's too many. That's what.
right.
So I'm excited to see what Jerry Judy do. So speaking of that, I want to know what is your process like getting ready for a game? So like your practice week and then leading up to the game. What are some of the things that you do during the week and leading up to the game to get you prepared for the game?
Um, definitely for practice, I would say go all out. Shoot, how you do at practice, how you gonna reflect in the game. So Um, make sure you're going all out in practice. And I would say like pregame, shoot, I would definitely watch a little bit of Devontae Adams. Watch, make sure you get his release down packed. I mean, you don't have to have that. You don't have to have the same bag as him, but shoot, you just get to see a dog play, and then it gets you amped up to want to play just like that. And make sure you show everybody you got skills. So I would just say, yeah, definitely go all out at practice and make sure you watch it. So definitely watch film before the game. Definitely watch film. You can never watch enough film. So shoot, more film the better.
How much film are you actually watching during the week?
Shoot, every day after practice, to be honest, because you want to make sure you know your opponent, because your opponent definitely going to be studying you. So you want to know how the corner's going to play you, if he's real antsy at the line, if he's going to play off, like that little stuff helps you out, makes your job easier.
One of the things I heard you say yesterday, and I don't want to make it seem like I was like eyeballing you the whole time, but I just listen. I feel like stuff like this is very important to the process of evaluating the player. I heard you tell somebody, I forgot who you were talking to, but you were like, yo, you got to switch it up. And you were talking about switching up. I don't know if you're talking about switching up your releases or switching up your routes. Like, how do you think adjusting on the fly is important to playing wide receiver?
Shoot, it's how you gotta play, to be honest. Because shoot, you could think one thing and then let's say he line up different. Now you gotta change your whole game plan in just a snap. Because shoot, it's on the quarterback's go. So you gotta always have a plan in your mind. Don't always have one plan. Have multiple different outlets. Like you wanna make sure you know your route, but just know you need different ways to get to it. To be honest, because it's not always just gonna be that one way you expect to have it. They're gonna switch it up on you.
Absolutely. And then what are you along those lines? What are some important traits you feel that every like top wide receiver needs to have? Like you need these three things to be a great wide receiver.
Um, definitely hands. Um, mm, it don't have to be great route running, but definitely like I will say the top receivers do got good route running. So yeah, def good route running. And I would say the ability to finish after the catch.
Mhm.
Definitely. That's what make you different from the average receiver. Shoot, if you can make the play after the catch, make you even better.
And I see some people watching. I see some questions. We're gonna get to the questions at the end. If anybody got any questions for Amari, if you got
Okay.
questions, lock them in right now. So you said route running, you said hands, and the third one was
Run after the catch,
run
finish.
out. Yes, yeah, I remember. I tell every wide receiver this. I spoke to Coach Mac Brown, who used to coach for Texas. He coached for North Carolina now. He said if you can't do nothing after the catch, you can't play wide receiver. Period.
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't. I'm not gonna say I didn't know that, but I underrated it a lot. I didn't think it was a good trait to have. I didn't think it was an paramount trait, but it is a
Yeah.
paramount trait. I
Right.
always tell every wide receiver that. So you got your process down. You got what you're doing for the week. What are you eating? Like up before the game. Like what are you eating before the game? What are you eating after the game?
Definitely shoot, being at Bosco, they help you out a lot. So every we all get there early in the morning, we have a good little team breakfast, you know. Have a little
Nice.
bit of eggs, bacon, shoot. And make sure they fill you up good. And after the game you get a little something to go too. So I make sure like I'm
What you
there
get?
early.
Chick-fil-A?
Huh? Nah. Shoot, I wish. Man, it was actually like we got Chick-fil-A, I want to say like one time after a game before, but nah, not too often. But they make sure we eat good before and after the game. Most definitely.
So what music you listening to get you right before
Oh, okay. Definitely, because I'm trying to get amped up. So
right.
I would definitely say like some Lil Baby, Lil Durk, you know, get me in my zone, maybe make sure I'm feeling good before we go out for this game. So yeah, definitely Lil Baby and Lil Durk.
Only little baby and little Dirk. That's it, man.
Man, I don't know, it's a lot, but I feel like everybody know who they are. All the upcoming rappers right now, to be honest, they all
All right,
got good music.
so asking about music, I always like to know like what players are listening to because I know what I was listening to before the game. But like if I was to go into your iPod, your iPhone playlist right now, like what songs would be like your top three?
What top three songs?
Yeah, top three songs, artists, whatever. So you got Dirk and
All
Young
right,
Boy,
all right, all right.
maybe,
And YoungBoy, you can't forget
and Young
YoungBoy.
Boy.
Yeah, YoungBoy is number one, to be honest. But
Y'all be killing me with the gun. He's
listen,
not nice like that, for real.
he's not nice.
Nah, not.
They're
I don't
crazy.
understand why the younger generation don't give Gunna his respect, bro.
No,
None of
Gunna's nice
Gunna
too.
his respect.
Gunna's nice too, but Gunna's not just somebody. I just don't listen to Gunna every day. There's definitely some Gunna songs that do hit though, but not an everyday bump for me. He's
You,
definitely good though.
he's a goat, bro. He is a
Nah,
goat.
yeah. He's up there. He's up there.
So you don't listen to you like Kodak or Gucci?
I listen to a little bit of Kodak Gucci.
What you
Nah, he's
mean?
all right. He's all right. Gucci not bad. I just don't listen to Gucci like
Oh,
not
okay.
on every day.
You about to front on Gucci?
Nah, yeah, he good. He good.
What about? So this is my favorite artist. What about Kanye? You listen to Kanye? Not,
Definitely not Kanye. Not Kanye. Uh-uh.
I knew that. I knew that. I just figured I had to ask though. I had to
Yeah.
ask. So what were some of your goals going into this season?
Um.
Going into
Win.
like, excuse me.
Win.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Like as good as of a receiver I am, I like to win. You know what receiver? Well, what player wants to lose? To be honest, so I just wanted to win the whole thing, but it didn't work in our favor. But we got up to that point and ready to get back at it this coming up season. So
So
definitely
what?
win.
So besides winning, going into this season, what are some goals that you have set for yourself?
Okay, definitely. Finishing, man. I want to finish better than I did last year. Grab a ball, finish. I want to score. Looking for more than just a catch.
So finish.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that I wanted to ask you about this. One of the things I think that you're the best at, and I wrote that. I don't know if you watched read my superlative article, but I said that you probably had the best double moves that I've seen on tape, probably of any wide receiver, you
Yeah.
know, in this class or any class for that matter. So why specifically are you so dangerous on double moves? Like I said personally, based on what the tape that I've watched, that you have great manipulation with your upper body and your eyes. Like you really sell routes, especially that slant route. You
Yeah.
really sell it with your eyes. But what do you think is the reason why you're so effective on those routes?
Um, I would definitely say probably because I do sell it. I do. That's one thing like that gives up everything. Like you say, let's say you got a comeback. Make sure you're showing eyes to the fade. Make them actually think you're going down the field. You want to make everything look like a fly route until it's not. So definitely, I want to say eyes, and I would probably say probably because my speed, like once I get you off the release, you're already like on awareness. So you're gonna be jumpy to whatever move I make. So if I break off this way, you're gonna be antsy to get there and I'll mess around and flip it back that way. So it's just a little bit more of a I don't know way to get at players.
Yeah. One another move that I noticed that you like to use, and you use it really well. And what you do is you set it up. So you use that throw by a lot. And I
Yeah,
seen that the one highlight that you have in your highlight tape, you used it, and the DB he had fell. Like, is that something that you practice, that throw by move, or it kind of just comes naturally like basketball, like moves just come
yeah.
naturally?
I would definitely say it just came naturally, to be honest. Because, like, I remember when I used to work out with my guy, Silent Hustle, he used to tell me all the time, like, you love the throw by. Like, so it was just something like, because there's just like some things in your bag, like, you're just going to come with. So that was one of my things that came with in my bag,
Okay.
pretty
And
much.
that's what I wrote in my article. I said that you really like the throw by move, but one of the things I noticed that you do, and you kind of talked about it already, is that when you're playing, you do a really good job of attacking the blind spot,
Right.
selling that vertical. And so then I seen you do that once. So you got the speed to attack vertical and attack a DB's blind spot in zone.
Hmm.
Then after that, one of the things I seen you do is you tack the DB's leverage in zone, and then you use it, and then you'll like snap off, and you'll go out on an out route. Like,
Right.
that's something that you practice also, or you, like I said, that's just something again that just comes very naturally to you.
I would definitely say I definitely practice for it because any route that's coming up, like everything I've worked on it. So pretty much, yeah, I would say I worked on it for sure.
Nice, man. Like I said, you're one of my favorite wide receivers in the 23 class, and I was really excited when you had actually. I told your mom, I said we would have did this a lot sooner, but he ain't
Nah,
never
yeah,
act on Twitter.
yeah.
But like I said, I'm very glad that we decided to get it together and do this interview. So my last question for you before we get into the questions from the viewers
Right.
is, what is your why? Like, why do you play football?
Um, Probably because I just this the most sport I have the most fun with, and I love it. Like I want to take it serious. I want to go to the NFL, so I just make sure like I follow the script, man. Work hard. Anybody that work hard, like it'll help you, man. Just make sure you're doing your job, work hard. Anything will pay back, As much as you put into it is what you'll get out. That's how I
Abs-
think about it. So if I'm
Absolutely.
putting my all into it, shoot, the results will show up. So
Yeah, and I know you were saying like, you know, I'm not the wide receivers that the coaches look for. Like, you really are. Like, if you look at the wide receivers that's in the league, Deontay Johnson is 5'10",
yeah,
and like he's one of the best route runners in the league. He drops the ball a little bit too much for me too, but
right.
he's one of the best wide receivers.
Top
He is
dog.
in the league. So like the way I was explained to me, and I'm explaining to you the same way. Wide receiver, as you know, it's a flavors thing. Like, what flavor do you like? Do you like the 6'3"
Right,
that can go high point to football, or do you like the
right.
6 foot 5'10" guys that can run routes with the suddenness and the crispness of whatever you want? Like, it's all about flavors, and the flavor
Yeah,
that you like is the guys you're gonna go after. And the way you play, a coach likes that. Like I said, you have some good offers, so that's why when you were like, "Yo, I'm under recruited," you know what I'm saying? I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yo, you got
yeah,
some high level offers." But we
yeah.
starting to get some questions now, and we got the great Nate Burleson in here. Nate Burleson, man, I appreciate you coming into this live. I watched you a lot, man. I appreciate what you do. But you got one here.
What's up, big
This
dog?
one says, Noto Cuts. He says, what other trainers have you worked with?
Um, so I have this trainer that I go to every week, so much pretty much. He's in Philly. They're called Fast Twitch, man. He get me right with my good footwork. Make sure I get in and out of breaks fast. And for weight room training, I've been going with Corey Henderson. It's my guy, somebody local in my town. He's been helping me out get better and better with lifting. So I appreciate both of them helping me get right.
All right. So we get into questions, and I didn't ask this question because, again, for everyone who just tuned in, I don't like to make these interviews about recruitment, where you going to school. I don't like it to make it about that. I wanted to make it about him and his story and his process. But
Yeah.
there is a question here that says, what are you looking for a college to determine your decision? You know that question is going to come up.
So what am I looking for? Definitely a program that I know will help me succeed in the best way for me possible. So, any school that I feel like is showing me good interest, um, I'm basically feeding off that. Whoever shows me that they're really interested in me and willing to make me one of their top tier players on their team is where I would love to be at. So whoever
so
showing
you
me the
want
most love.
somebody who basically,
What you say?
I said, you want somebody that wants you basically.
Right, basically.
Yeah, and that's going to let you play right away. I hear that. Someone else said, Hoodie Vic says, where are you playing your senior year of football?
Bosco, of course.
That's the question. Next question is from your teammate, Chase Basantis. He said, who's your favorite lineman?
Definitely my guy Chase, man. Chase and Chris. Those both my dogs, man. Chase and
Yeah,
Chris.
those are two guys I watched on tape, and definitely dogs on that O line. I like Chris Moreno too. I feel he's one of the underrated linemen too. He's
Yeah, most definitely. Very underrated.
very underrated, very technical. Uses his hand. He probably uses his hands better than any lineman I've seen, even
Yeah.
Basantis. I
Chase
know
is a
that's
dog.
blasphemy to say,
Oh, yeah.
but I like Chris a lot. Then Chase said, is Amari the best wide receiver in Jersey? You answered that, but you got to.
Yeah. Shoot, in my eyes, yeah, for sure.
And that's a simple answer. Listen, man, if you get on with me, I want you to be your real self. I don't want you to know politically correct answer.
Nah, yeah.
Like, nah, this. No. If you
Nah,
that
yeah.
guy, say you that guy, period, man. It's
Nah,
just like
yeah.
that.
I think I'm that guy for sure.
Absolutely. Let me just scroll and see if there's any more questions in here. Those were some good questions. Great interview. I appreciate everyone who was in here.
Most
Showed
definitely.
Amari some love. Like I said, this was one of the interviews that I was looking for, man. So Team Ozone. Talk to me about Team Ozone. What's Team Ozone about? I seen it all over
Um,
your.
yeah, so Ozone is just like a nickname that I like grew up with since a kid. So like it's just like a nickname to me. So I guess like my people that's with me, Team Ozone, man. So people
Okay.
that got my back, basically.
All right. And that's the last question. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask you this question because it's important. Please forgive me. Who are the people that is helping you through this process as a person? So I asked you who was helping you through this process as a player.
Right.
So who through this process as a person? Who's helping you, like mentally, talking to you, making sure you're right?
Definitely my family. Definitely my family because they're the main ones by my side and a coaching staff for sure. Those two definitely got
And
my
what
back through it all.
role has your mom played in your development too? Because she's a nice lady. I was able to meet her at the camp
Yeah,
also. So what role has your mother played?
a lot. She the MVP, the GOAT. She the
She
one that drive me everywhere. Definitely. So I appreciate my mom and father both a lot. Yeah.
nice.
Shoot, because
Who was
I probably won't be as good as I am if I wasn't for them. They're the ones that got me to train and paid for it. So shoot, all applause to them.
nice. So I saw your mom. Is your mom the one who takes all the videos of you or somebody else?
Yeah, my mom.
I'm on camera too. Let's go.
Yeah, she
Oh,
doing it all.
let's go, mom. Someone asked when you visit Ohio State.
um, I might be going up for the Ohio State camp, so I don't know. Maybe.
Amari, you might. I'm just saying, you might be the type of prototype wide receivers that they like to go after. They like the
Yeah,
small route runner guys. Olave,
yeah.
uh,
I'm actually cool with the I'm actually cool with the receiver coach, Brian Hartline. It's my guy. So every
Oh,
time I
that's
go up
oh,
there, he show love.
yo, Brian Hartline routes back in the day when he played for Miami, bro,
He's a
was
sleeper.
was
He's a
sick.
sleeper.
He ain't no sleeper for me. Listen, man, if you really study the game, you know. Now I
That's
know
true.
about Brian Hartline. That's
That's
why I'm not
true.
surprised that everybody who come out of Ohio State is nice,
He's
bro.
a
Because
dog, right? He was nice.
he was nice. He was
Definitely.
slept on. Just to be real, every white receiver is always slept on. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna be honest.
always. That's just
They
how it
always
is.
slept on, but they
Right.
always run some of the most crisp routes though.
Definitely.
Hold on, you got another question. Hold on. Hoodie Vic says, "Who gives the best haircuts in Jersey?"
Oh, my pops for sure, man. No cuts. Hey, hit him up right there in the comments. Definitely him.
He said, "Wait, wait, wait. Dad gets no love. I'm sick now. Your
I sh
pops
I showed him love.
Pop said you don't get no love. Pop said, "What's up?"
That's crazy. I mentioned them always, both of them.
Yeah, Pops. He did say that you and Moms is the reason why he's as good as he is because you guys got him to all of his events and his training and stuff. So shout out to you, Dad. Appreciate you, man. I did
Definitely.
watch some of your YouTube training. How does that sand? How do you like that sand training when you train in the sand?
Oh yeah, that's good. Any sand work is good because it's slowing you down so that when you do get on the field, you're feeling a lot more quicker and faster. So any sand work is good work to be honest, as long as you're running, getting active.
Nice. So what are some camps that you're going to be going to in the coming future? I know you're going to that Northeast camp, I believe, and I'm going
Yeah.
to camp too. So, what are some other camps you're going to be at?
Most of the other camps are pretty much college camps that I got listed up for this season, but I'm definitely looking at a couple like Rutgers, some schools down there in Georgia, Virginia Tech, any school to be honest. Looking for them all. Just gonna go knock them out, knock them down one by one. Show them I got skill.
I mean, you don't got to show them, bro. It's enough tape out there, bro. That's
Definitely.
that you got skills. I'm trying to sift through all these clips I took yesterday. I couldn't even write no notes because I didn't want to miss none of the wide receivers or the DBs go yesterday. So,
Right,
did,
yeah.
did you have a DB at the camp who you thought was just like real tough? I mean, I think you won most of the reps that you ran, but was there like one DB that stuck out where you was like, man, it's tough?
Um, nah, not really. They were good, but like, not like that. They were good, but like, I feel like at the camp, like it was competitive, but I didn't really get to go against none of the really top DBs a lot like that. Whenever I stepped out, they weren't really up, but when I did go against them, they were all right, pretty good.
Okay,
Not nothing too crazy though.
right, right. So listen, man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule. I'm sorry. Did you actually miss track practice or did you go?
No. I ended up
Okay,
going.
okay. I didn't want you to miss track practice,
Nah,
bro.
you're good. You're good.
We could have rescheduled, but I appreciate you taking the time out with me and
Most
sitting talking.
definitely.
You are one of my favorite prospects, so I wanted to get a chance to sit down and talk to you and just just learn a little bit about you, learn about your process, man, and learn about what makes Amari Walker go. So I really appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So if there's any more questions for Amari, man, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'm gonna let him go because I'm pretty sure he got stuff to do. So I think that was it, man. I'm surprised, man. The great Nate Burleson showed you love. You know Nate Burleson?
Nah, yeah, he used to coach at Bosco, so
Oh, did he? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
he showed mad love. Appreciate him a lot, definitely.
okay. Maybe I
Real
need,
one.
need to slide in his DM, talk to him a little bit, man. I always up with wide receivers, but
Nah, yeah, for sure.
all right, man. Thank you again, bro. And
Yes, sir.
hopefully I get more interviews on here. Amari, thank you again. And I hope you have a very successful camp season. And whenever you decide to choose your college, man, maybe you'll announce it on here.
Yes, sir. Definitely. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Have a good one.